Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains, putting in a French drain, a lot of catch basins. We're also going to be waterproofing a garage. And this is a monolithic slab on this garage over here. Basically, it's just like a Florida home. It has just a 4-inch pour of concrete, and then they built from that up. But water's been penetrating down underneath of that. So what we need to do, you can see all the water here, is we're going to put gravel perforated pipe along this side and the back side. Of course, we'll clean off here where we were digging, chopping roots and things. Same thing on this side. Line will come down and around those flower beds. It's also going to go this direction around, pick up a downspout, and if you can see it, way past the end of the van out there, all the way out to the street. Great gravity. This has got, 6 or 7 feet of fall to come down through there, so should work really good. This is a project that you could do yourself, and it's not that it's easy, but it's not hard. You just have to stay with it and believe you can do it. You just have to stay with it and believe you can do it. If you can look at this yard, you'll see I'm walking to the corner here, and you'll see it's got real good gravity fall coming down. And what's happened is, you can see over here where Chuck's digging, the water just piles up on that patio. There used to be a big oak tree here, so they took that down, and we have to dig through that. Hopefully they ground out enough of the stump that we can get through there. Digging in the mud and roots, this is the hardest part of any job. But you can see the shovel cuts right through them. Once you start to understand how a root cuts, shovels cut right through. You don't need an axe for the most part. You can see that water already starting to flow through the trench. We're actually starting clear over there on the side because the neighbors are higher. Catch basin, pick up the downspout. You can see the areas of water in the yard. We'll pick those up as well. So from that side of the yard and this side of the garage, we're bringing that water around. A lot of catch basins, some gravel perforated pipe weight. We may use the styrofoam peanut, the easy flow, some of that in the yard as well. That's going to come through, and we've got to get it on the other side of the driveway. So we went ahead and cut the walk, or the driveway, and we'll pop off that asphalt, then we'll trench all the way out there to the street. We're also going to pick up the back of that garage and bring that line down here. Okay, so we've got the bulk of our trench done. You can see it already filled up with water. We're going to hook up this downspout as well over here. It'll come down into our trench. Comes around the corner here. There's a gas line that we had to cross over. And a couple of little feeds out to pick up sections of the yard. Another one here. Main line comes around this patio. Kind of muddy here, so hang in there. You can see we've already got a flow of water coming through here. It comes all the way out. Last little section to connect between that fence and the driveway, and then it'll turn and go all the way out to the street. Put another feed in here coming from the garage side. We're going to put gravel perforated pipe here along the garage, and that'll come down. You can see the water flowing already. It just pours down through there, so it's going to work really good. Pretty wet out here to be digging. Here on the back side, same thing. Gravel perforated pipe comes around, pick up the downspout, turns, and it runs all the way out to the street.
On a project this size, there's almost 400 feet of pipe here, plus the gravel, perforated pipe around the garage, cutting the sidewalks, cutting the drives. It's best to do this, if you're doing it yourself, do this in small sections. So in other words, make it 3 jobs instead of 1. And it's really nice if you draw yourself up a plan of where you want to install. It may change as you actually start to dig and excavate, but that plan will really help you understand what areas need to be addressed. So here I've got a crew of 4 guys. I'm cutting the sidewalk. We're going to do that first. We try to get some of the harder things done first. And again, I say it's hard, but really it's quite simple to do most of the work here.
Remember, we're putting a 4-inch PVC pipe, so we just need to be wide enough to get that pipe through there. It's okay if your trench isn't perfectly straight. That's pretty acceptable. We're going to put concrete back here instead of asphalt. So always remember after you use your concrete saw to rinse your area off, because what happens is that diamond blade, it brings up real fine concrete liquid, almost like a mortar, and it'll stain your concrete. Even though this is an old sidewalk, it's nice to rinse it off just to make sure that no concrete sets up after you're done. Remember, we're going to pull this piece out, replace it. And the same thing over here, whether it be concrete or asphalt, always rinse it off just to make sure nothing sticks. You can see the fine powder. See that little powdery stuff? There may actually be an old cement drive under here. I hope not. We're going to find out as we break it off. But always rinse it off first. So even on the asphalt drive, basically it's the same as concrete. You can see how weak that is. You just tap it with your pry bar, cut it, and it'll pop right out of there. Once you get a crack, move on to that crack, and then just pry it up. Another person lifts it up and takes it out. What we want to see though is if there's any concrete underneath of here, because there might be. And usually there's not on an asphalt drive, but in an older home, you just never know. I see a lot of gravel, that's pretty normal. But you can see how easy that cracks. It's just like the concrete. So we're going to pop all this off all the way across, remove it, and then we'll trench down through it. So on this particular concrete walk, you can see, go ahead, see the extra concrete. It's like an overpour. What they did, see how finished this is? They poured another concrete walk over top of the original one. So one of the things that you should do also, if you don't think about it, is pull up your plants that you want to keep. Remember, our line is starting back there in the back of the garage where we're putting our French drain. We're going to parge that wall, the monolithic slab, because water's been coming through and rotting the sill plate of the garage. So we're going to bring that water down through here. And so what we need to do is we need to pull up these plants for her. We saw some bulbs. We'll pick up the bulbs as well, and she can put them back after we're all done. And you know, when it's muddy like this, you can, if you've rented a trencher, good luck, because luckily this is very downhill, and hopefully the trencher can pull through that mud without just spinning the tires. You can see my trailer tire, just where we tried to pull into the driveway, it is so wet that it just gets stuck. Probably suggest that you do this on a much drier day, but you know, we're a company and we have other jobs waiting, so we just work all the time. Anyways, I'm going to pull up this hawthorn, and then we'll be ready to trench down through. Okay, so now we're sending the trench out to the street. You can see I've got a couple of guys pulling on the trencher because it's so slippery. Even though that's downhill, it's still, the wheels just spin and spin, so it takes a couple of guys to help that trencher along. Up here, we've got to dig by hand because it's on such an incline that the trencher would fall over into the fence, or there could be an accident, so rather just dig this whole area by hand. Again, this is not a hard job. It's a muddy job because it rained so hard here in Charlotte yesterday. A couple inches of rain, flash flood and all that stuff. But really a simple job. And I think that the homeowner could do this if he had a helper in probably a day and a half. We'll probably finish this today. You can see our trench over here. We're coming along looking good. All the way through to the other side. We'll come right down through here. We'll pull off this asphalt, connect that trench. You see the trench over here. Okay, so we'll come right down through here. The bulk of our trench done. You can see it already filled up with water. We're going to hook up this downspout as well over here. It'll come down into our trench. Comes around the corner here. There's a gas line that we had to cross over. and a couple of little feeds out to pick up sections of the yard. Another one here. Main line comes around this patio. Kind of muddy here, so hang in there. You can see we've already got a flow of water coming through here. It comes all the way out. Last little section to connect between that fence and the driveway, and then it'll turn and go all the way out to the street. Put another feed in here coming from the garage side. We're going to put gravel perforated pipe here along the garage, and that'll come down. You can see the water flowing already. It just pours down through there, so it's going to work really good. Pretty wet out here to be digging. Here on the back side, same thing. Gravel perforated pipe comes around, pick up the downspout, turns, and it runs all the way out. So underneath of the asphalt drive or even a concrete drive, we like to run, solid PVC. So we've got an SDR 35, and then we've got, regular scheduled PVC. You can see we adapted that to the corrugated. Line comes from all the way around there on the other side of the house, as well as the garage. Comes all the way down through. Now we're using some of the gravel that we used the pick to take out to backfill. We'll clean all this up, cover it all up. You can see we still got a lot to cover here. And we'll wash off this sidewalk, pour some concrete, and we're done. And so finally, you're just gonna pour your concrete back. Just mix it, just a ready mix. Mix it in your wheelbarrow, have a hoe or a shovel, and just push it back onto your trench. Like I said, I found that cold patch doesn't work, and here's an example. You see the mound that they made, and you can see how it's already got water underneath of it, and when it freezes, it just pops off of there. Same thing happens here, and so I just prefer to put some concrete back. We'll just do a little finish on it, and they can drive over it forever. Now go over there. Let's put the rest of it over there. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.
Don't forget about live help, video consultation via Zoom. When you have a project that's this size, it's really helpful to know if your idea will work, or I promise you that I can help you figure out what you need to do. Sign up online. It's just $80 per session, and I promise you that I can help you with your drainage project.